Hello, we're here with Dale Pond at the Pond Research Institute in downtown La Junta, Colorado, and we're going to do a series of questions and answers, of which this is the first unit. Hello, Dale, how are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Let's start with probably a typical question you get. What is SVP, or sympathetic vibratory physics?
SVP was established by John Keely in the 1880s during his exploratory work with the nature of vibrations and the nature of matter, and especially the nature of mind force. He was able to build a paradigm verified with his machines, which were built for that purpose, that connects mind force with physical reality in such a way that he could draw symbols on the wall and his machines would activate. So he really understood that connecting link being sympathetic vibration, meaning the propagation of energy and force is through that process of sympathetic vibration from particle to particle or from mind to machine.
Interesting. And can you tell us who John Keely was?
Keely was an independent investigator, researcher, scientist, inventor, machinist, musician, and he did most of his work between 1860 and 1898 when he died. He developed an amazing variety of machines, most of which were operated by mind force, sympathetic vibration, what we today call scalar forces, and quantum entanglement.
Interesting. Now, he invented dinosaurs, of which you've also done some work with your own versions. What is a dinosaur?
A dinosaur is a machine he developed in the 1880s. I believe he had some simpler models as far back as the 1870s. He began perfecting these machines when he gave up his research with the original Keely motor, which was operated on principles of water hammer and shock waves. During his time, these dinosaurs were called a variety of names: musical spheres, vibratory engines. He had a variety of names, and they operate on the principle that there is a natural principle in nature that rotates. Everything that we know of rotates. Atoms rotates, planets rotates, and there's a natural phenomena there that he understood. He discovered it, understood it, and built these machines to mimic that, almost like fractals. So the dinosaur is almost a fractal of a molecule or a planet in rotation. They were developed as a power source. In those days, the world didn't have a good power source. They had steam and water power. But the world was becoming industrialized, and they needed a very powerful source of energy to power the industries. And there was a huge race going on around the world who would develop such a power source. Tesla had his, and Edison had his, and Keely had his. The money people, the powers that be at that time, put their money behind Tesla and Edison, and they kind of built a fence around Keely and his technology because it scared them. They didn't understand it, and they saw that it was far more powerful than what they had access to. So maybe it's time now for Keely science to come out.
Excellent. And you've obviously done quite a lot of research into Keely. What are some of the goals behind the Pond Research Institute that you hope to bring to the world?
Well, we have a number of goals. One is to rediscover the principles that govern these dinosaurs, because the world needs a new power source. It's non-polluting, nurturing, ubiquitous. We don't need to pump it out of the ground or burn the forest down to get it. The forces that make the earth spin are the same forces going to make these dinosaurs spin. We want to discover, in that process, we need to also discover the nature and physics behind mind force, or the so-called scalar forces, because that's the source, the ultimate source of this usable power that these machines work with.
Excellent. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way that they can do so?
On my website, we've got my address and phone number and email all over thousands of pages of my website. We've got contact pages. That's the best way to start.
Go ahead and give us your website.
svpvril.com and also svpwiki.com.
Excellent. All right, Dale. Well, this concludes our first of several to come question and answer sessions. We'll get this up on the net, and hopefully the listeners and viewers of this will get in touch with you, and if they have something to offer or just to research what it is you're doing, and we'll see you on the next session.
Thank you.